Alright y'all, it's your boy K-Mac. We back with another video. Just wanted to revisit the 2021 Steelers draft class and just talk about some of the outlooks of things for the players that we drafted. Najee in the first, Freiermuth in the second, Kendrick Green in the third, Dan Moore Jr. in the fourth, Buddy Johnson as well, Loudermilk, Roche is not even on the team, and Presley Harvin, and Trey Norwood. Let's start off with Najee. Obviously, we hit on that pick. He's going to be our back for quite some time, hopefully for the next 8 years or longer, whatever. I don't know, these backs, the lifespan just ain't there no more. Really think he's going to pop off in year 2. For sure he's going to pop off. I mean, rode the Pro Bowl, made the Pro Bowl last year. More so less due to injuries and not participation from the other backs, but still. No fumbles last year. Did what he could behind that trash offensive line. We'll see if they get any better. Development's going to be key for that fucking group. So for sure, that pick was nice. Freiermuth in the second is it's a very love-hate pick for me at the moment. I love Freiermuth. He's going to be a good tight end for us. But it hurts knowing that we could have drafted Creed Humphrey, the center, that ended up going to the Chiefs, who I think is going to probably be a very good center for a long time. And ultimately, probably could have been the man to replace Maurkice Pouncey for the next, 10 years or so. So, in a vacuum, it's kind of like, centers are more valuable than tight ends. But we still got a good player. Pardon me, I'm on a bike ride. Hopefully y'all can hear me. But Creed Humphrey, I think, is probably going to be the better player than Freiermuth, but we still got a good player. But it would have been so nice to have a good center last year, as opposed to the next man I'm going to be talking about, which is Kendrick Green, who we selected in the 3rd round. I really thought he would pan out to be a little bit better than what he's been. Last year he got dogs on that offensive line. First off, he was playing out of position. They made him a center. I don't really think he was a fan of that, at least according to what he said. And he's playing guard this year. It's gonna be between him and I think Kevin Dotson to be the starter there. And to be honest with you, Kendrick Green got bullied the other day as well. I just think he might just be too small. I mean, he really just might be too small, for being honest. So looking back, considering he was our first lineman taken, this is a C at best. Unless he really turns out to be better this year, but last year he really didn't look too good. But we'll see. He didn't look too good the other day in preseason though. So that brings us to the next player we're talking about. Dan Moore Jr., our left tackle from last year. Took him out of Texas A&M. He had a few bad pass repetitions last week in the game. Started coming on stronger later in the season for sure. But, I mean, he's a rookie. I mean, you're talking about a rookie blindside protector going against some of the best athletes in the league. I mean, you're talking some of the best edge rushers. So we'll see what he does in year 2. I think he could, turn out to be solid. Probably not a top 10 left tackle, but at least decent, serviceable. A lot of reports out of camp were that he was actually looking really good. Saturday he had some bad reps, but we'll see where that goes. It's gonna be a long video, by the way. So that brings us to the next player we're talking about, which is Buddy Johnson, who really hasn't even seen the field much, to be honest with you, because they've been playing, but because they played Devin Bush last year, Joe Schobert, who, mind you, just signed with Cleveland, and then Robert Spillane was in there. So Buddy Johnson hasn't really seen the field much. I was really thinking maybe he'd have something there. I don't think we're gonna get to see much of him this year. Maybe so, maybe more so on special teams, but that does remain to be seen because we did sign Miles Jack. So I think this year they're really gonna be running a lot more of maybe the Devin Bush, Miles Jack, Robert Spillane packages there with maybe some of Marcus Allen there in hybrid. I don't think we're going to see Buddy Johnson much, but I don't know. We'll see. So that brings us to our next player, which was Isaiah Loudermilk, who we traded up for in the draft, actually. I liked what I saw out of him last year. He's definitely a player out of Wisconsin that needed time to develop. Had some solid reps last year and actually got a lot of snaps. A lot of snaps that he definitely was not expected to play in because of injuries. So I think we'll see him a good amount this year, but probably not as much as we should have. Prior to the Larry, I can't say his last name, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Prior to us signing him, he was probably going to be playing more, but now that we got Larry and we drafted Leal, I don't know if we're going to really see a lot of Loudermilk. Plus we got Wormley. Maybe they'll rotate guys in there to stay fresh, but we'll see. But I think Loudermilk can definitely improve on year one and, you know, become a solid guy we can put in there to keep, you know, Cam, Tyson, and those dudes fresh. Because we're going to need it down the stretch of the season. So Loudermilk, I think it'll be solid. So then Quincy Roche is not even on the team. So that brings us to the last couple players we drafted, which were Presley Harvin. He's just the punter. Really didn't play. I really didn't. I know he was dealing with his father's passing and family stuff, but man, he really didn't do it. He wasn't good last year. He wasn't good. Way too inconsistent. And man, some of his punts just sucked. And actually, the practice squad player we signed for a couple weeks there was better than him, to be honest with y'all. So then that brings us to our last draft pick, which was Trey Norwood. And I think we hit on this one for sure. I actually liked a lot of what I saw from him last year. Playing that hybrid safety role after Terrell Edmunds and Minka. I think he'll look really. I think he'll play good this year. He made a lot of plays on Saturday, and I think he'd be a solid depth piece there. And God forbid one of those two gets injured, I think he could step in and provide some good depth. So maybe they'll play him in that dime package for sure. So we'll see. I think overall, though, I like this draft class probably more overall than I do the draft class we did this year, to be honest with y'all. So we'll see. We'll see if I'm right or wrong after this season. So that's the video. Just wanted to give a little outlook, a little revisit to that draft class. The only big change would be for me is probably getting Najee and maybe Creed Humphrey there, but I like Muth. I think he's going to kill it this year. Had a lot of touchdowns last year, and I really think this whole offense can look really good this season. So maybe we'll take a look at the 2020 draft class before the season starts. But next game is this Saturday against the Jags. I think we'll see a lot more starters play, and then that'll be it, because there's only 3 preseason games. So then We'll probably end up sitting we'll sit everyone for week 3, just so they're nice and ready to go for week 1 against Cincy. So let's go. It's been a good off season. Really like what we've done. Prayers to everyone, stay healthy across the board, across the league. There's already been injuries, so I really hope we all stay healthy. And Burrow finally got to training camp, so I hope he's ready to go week 1. I don't want to hear any excuses when we beat them. So your boy's out. And check out the podcast. I'll put that in the description. And give some feedback, and I want to hear what y'all think. And, you know, go check out the podcast. We're everywhere on it. YouTube, Buzzsprout, all of it. So give some feedback and give us some topics or what y'all want to hear about. So I'm out. K-Mac out. Let's get it.